my name is Toole, and I hope you all had a killer weekend. I know I had man, it was a good one. It was good. It was really nice to get out of the city and breathe that country air and hang out with some friends. Need a lot of food. It was good. So I wanted to try something a bit different today. I wanted to watch through the clip from start to end, or at least start to a part where I feel like I want to analyze that part. This is what I do anyway when I sit down. I find the clip and I go through it until I see something that I really like. And I thought maybe I should include that in the video. So yeah, here we go. This is another Hearthstone short, and this is the one that I know one of my friends and mentors, Joseph Hallmark, helped out on. So yeah, we're just gonna watch it through. And I might talk a bit while it goes because I'm not sure that you'll be able to hear the audio through my headphones coming through the mic. So yeah, let's go. This is like I think this was the very first proper cinematic that Hearthstone got. I know that it got a couple of smaller ones, like not fully animated, they were more like 2D After Effects-y sprite things. Some really nice stuff in there with the mouse moving around, but I'm going to hold out. That branch feels really 2D, and this is such like a Beauty and the Beast scenario right here. I think the sign of a really good animation is when I stop looking for things to analyze in it, and I just get sort of swept up in it. And I think the music really does it in this one. Really helps. That's a pretty cute little moment. Maybe let's go a little bit further, but I'm gonna pin that one. I love this idea of, oh my god, that was really cool as well. I love this idea of the cards like reacting to them as they move around. So like right here, he's like, the card is kind of glowing as it moves faster, and when it's still, it doesn't move as much, or it doesn't glow as much. See, like up here, he like shakes it around right there. And it like gets ready to activate almost. It's like, oh, it can feel going down to the table whenever he does that down movement. Which is like a really interesting concept, that these cards have like some technology built into them. This is the shot that my mentor did, right there, and here. There's a lot going on in all this stuff. And a really nice smear back there that maybe got missed in all of the visual effects. Right here. Watch his right hand. Gets like completely broken. And his fingers are all like curled over backwards here. And notice that like this elbow is the thing that's like driving the motion forward. It's also pretty cool to notice they use the bendies right here. Like he doesn't have an elbow at this point. How do I undo? Yeah, there we go. Like it's perfectly curved. Whereas like the frame before, the elbow was still kind of driving. Okay. And I think he does another little smear right there. Except it's less pronounced and it's right before a cut, so you kind of miss it. Oh my god, I can't catch it. Yeah, it's here. It's so quick, you don't even see it. This character seems to do this a lot, is break their limbs. He's through this whole thing. Let's go back again. Here. When he's doing all this magic stuff. He basically makes a bunch of really cool shapes. It's like this hand on the right, like his right hand is kind of the one holding her there, and this one is the one doing like the magic part. I don't know, it's really like flourishy. And it follows this nice like 8 curve kind of a thing. Let's if we watch it back. Yeah. And even all through there. That's another classic move. It looks like they changed this guy a little bit as well. His rig doesn't look as, I don't know. He's obviously not the star anymore, so. Yeah, so throughout this section right here, his arms become a little bit like big, like you can't really make this shape naturally. Normally you would have like an elbow. It's a bit exaggerated, but you get the idea. There's so much going on in these shots, it's hard for me to They did a really interesting thing there just with the lyrics, is they didn't put lyrics in this section where she's watching these characters fight. So it's like someone missed their verse or something. See, watch. Heaven's always filled with laughter. And then firesides where heroes gather. Blah, nothing happens. And then he comes along.
That's something that's very rarely incorporated into the body of music that we're dealing with, and you've done it so well. I think, why don't you rap to people about that?
That's like, you can kind of tell the animator built their personality into this a little bit. the way that he smiles at the end of this. I mean, I'm sure the animator's personalities, or all of the different animators' personalities split into this, but there's something in here. The way he does this is extremely relatable. Like it's legendary. You can see him not really say E, but eh. And he leaves his jaw open towards the end. Oh, and I love this face, like just like looking perfectly up at him. There's even a little bit of like this happening, right? Like the what do you call it? It's that overlay that they use a lot to show how it's like 3.14. It's like pi. What is it, man? I cannot remember what it's called. The golden ratio. The golden ratio came to me. But rotated slightly, because you've got this curve in the arm and the way these fingers kind of line up here as well. And everything's kind of circular. Even out here, this arm, it's like another overlapping circle. Anyway, it's a really great moment to hold on. This might be the whole video, is just me going through this pretty relaxed, instead of trying to find something specific. I'm actually really enjoying it. There was a part right here. I love this part where she decides to sing. I wish she kept singing. It's also like she's taking like a page out of his book with this pose. Again, just this incredible twist right here. The way the hands are displayed back on the backhand and forwards on the forward hand. And the head is also not facing perfectly forwards, it's like tilted up. She's sort of looking, you know, in his direction, but maybe over his shoulder up here somewhere a little bit. Yeah, this guy is comedy gold on the left. He's... Look at this. Stuff they've got him doing. This is just like putting the hair sim to the test in this part. Like, watch his hair. They must have done something here, because his hair flies out over there at the start. And then does this. How it gets back into that style, I have no idea. And then there's another part right here, which I really liked. They do this thing where they delay her hands coming down. And in her hands are the cards, which are like the main thing that falls out of motion blur. Yeah, this is one of the moments when I just stop analyzing, because it's such a cool moment. Throws the card down. And there's even like a lot of stuff going on in this motion. There's like emotionality in this, right? Like, she's not sure. Everyone's like hoping she'll do it. It's like very encouraging. Like, it's like right on message for Blizzard, right? Like, they're wanting people to give it a go. It's such an interesting set of motion right here on the female protagonist character. She comes up, and then she goes in. Oh, she goes out. She comes up. No, yeah, I knew she goes in. So if we watch the line of her head, I'm gonna use my pen here. This chin line right here will follow. Actually, we'll go back a little bit more so we get the extra arc. Comes up. This spacing is really nice. It eases out of the spacing right here. Still easing out. And then it goes in. Look at that, from here to here. We'll just show two. Show two. Right? That's quite a jump. Her chin was where her nose is. Right? And then it comes down and goes in. And her whole body kind of like goes in at that moment. If we watch her shoulders. Up, up. And then in. Right here. Pardon me. I'm running out of time. But her shoulders are going in and up and like sort of lagging behind. It's like she's tensing up, right? She's not sure. Holding her cards close to her chest like this. This guy. So much juice in this. Like a good animation stuff happening. I'm not ghosting because it's getting crazy. This is great too. This final moving hold that she gets into. It's not even really a moving hold because she moves out of it at the end. But it comes... Like all of this is moving together as well. Which is really interesting. As she goes up, he goes up. As she comes down, he comes down. And then they all do this little bounce right at the end. So when the card hits, we're going to watch everyone getting ready, getting ready, getting ready. Down, 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 down. She goes up, and then he goes up. This guy's also going up. It's very quick, but they all do the same arc, right? It's like up, down, up, like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look, I mean, no one can debate the coolness of a dragon flying out of a card and all of this. Ah, so cool. It's just like, it's got a lot going for it in motion blur, but I really want to see it without it. It does this beautiful, like, hands fly up first. This hand flies up. Look at this weird... His jaw gets left behind. That's really interesting. So as he starts, like, screaming, his tongue is, like, doing something really weird here. I'm not sure. It's not... The motion blur isn't favoring it, because it looks like the teeth are going through it a bit. His jaw gets left behind. This shoulder is still up. They do this beautiful following of the shape right here. I think the jaw still... It's hard to tell. Oh, these are the, that's like a necklace. Looks like the teeth a little bit, so it gets in the way. The bottom jaw is here. And they really get him close. His jaw doesn't lag as much, or it doesn't seem to. We don't get a chance to see it. That's a really great moment as well. It encourages, like, you know, put the whole play nice thing. It's kind of hard to not be nice in Hearthstone because there's no voice chat or anything like that, but still, it's great. It's a great sentiment. I love all of their reactions through this as well. Look, everything... It's telling such a great story. Everyone that has their story building pose in this is like, this is very, I can't remember the actor's name, but the way that he's looking at this guy right now with the pouty lips. This whole thing, like the mouse knows the rules. She's terrified as she's like squashed down like this. Holding on for dear life. Oops. Yeah, there's some interesting choices right here. The way they do this with the eyes is maybe a little bit much. It's kind of outside of her character model, I think. I'm not sure. And then she goes back into model. Yeah, they really pushed it there with that end. This is a bit much. But it sells the idea, you know? Like, she's not sure about this. She's terrified of this guy. She's hoping to get like a handshake. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there because that's 20 minutes and I wasn't intending to do any of that. But yeah, that was really fun. Maybe I'll do something like that for another cinematic. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back on Wednesday. Bye.